Welcome back to FU. This is Thomas.
And I'm Zachary.
With this podcast, we're ripping off filters, diving deep into queer discussions, and traversing controversial Reddit posts.
We're here to make you laugh, think, and maybe question your life choices.
Because not only are we flaming, we're unfiltered. Have you listened to the Beyonce album? Oh, what the fuck? I like them rough and tough and rugged. Welcome back. Welcome back to the pod.
Well, look at that horse. Look at that horse.
Look, giddy up, giddy up.
Giddy up.
Look at that horse. Look at that horse. Look at that horse. Yes, everybody, it's our country episode.
This is we're changing the pod. We're actually a country pod now.
We've been converted.
Bathed in his blood.
Mother God Beyonce
has converted us.
My fiance Beyonce has converted us with fucking Cowboy Carter. Yeehaw.
Yep. Nope.
Giddy up for real.
Dance.
Best album in the world?
I think in existence. I'm thinking.
It is such an art piece.
Mm-hmm.
What's the most popular song? Obviously.
Texas Hold'em.
Yeah. How it was such a perfect one because it's so it is so radio
Mm-hmm.
It is so radio worthy.
Yeah.
Like radio ready, I should say.
Yep.
But I can't listen to that song anymore because there's so many good ones.
Yeah.
So many like better. Not that I don't like Texas Hold'em. Obviously, I love Texas Hold'em. It makes me want to fucking yeehaw.
Also, 16 Carriages. The last time I listened to it, I was like, that's not the same song I listened to originally.
Do you like it now?
Yeah.
Yeah, I like it.
I was like, what the...
I will say it's my least favorite song, but out of 27 songs, you know what
did
I mean?
I just like black out? Because I remember it being absolute shit. Like, this is the worst song I've honestly ever heard.
This is...
And now we listened to it again, and I was like, oh.
I always have to listen more than 5 times before I can say whether or not I like something, actually. And yeah, when I first listened to 16 Carriages, I think it was just the differentness.
Maybe that's it.
It was like...
I don't like change.
Well, and there's like just like different noises going on. But it is a good song. It is a good song.
All of Rihanna's songs, when she first came out, I'm like, this is so awful. And then I listened to it 2 times. I'm like, yeah. And then I listened 5 times. I'm like, And
then towards the end of an album, I kind of get tired of so much newness. I swear, I sound like I'm like this 4-year-old toddler or whatever. Like, I'm too new. Can I get my
Baby Shark?
What? Yeah, can I get Baby Shark, please? Baby Shark,
Baby Shark.
But yeah, okay, this is what happened with like the Norman fucking Rockwell Lana Del Rey album. Mm-hmm. I still have no idea what the end of the album is, because the beginning of the album has some really good bangers, and I think I only listened to the last like 4 songs once, maybe. But yeah, I'm not a huge Lana Del Rey fan. I am a little, but not like die hard. You know what I mean?
What's that TikTok? I got my red dress on tonight.
No, you don't.
No, you don't.
I've got my red dress on tonight.
No, you don't.
It's so funny.
I do think about that every single time that song plays.
Yeah. No, you don't. And then she was just like...
She laughed. She thought it was funny. Yeah.
I thought she was like just... completely.
No, she smiled. That was so funny.
I would not have sung that lyric without a red dress on.
I would have said, I've got my beige dress. You know what? I would have changed it.
I got my white
but
dress
I think
on.
I think the concept is, I got my sexy red dress. Right. But I think, as Lana, I would be like, I got my white dress on tonight.
Blue. Yeah.
No, you don't. Or Beyonce is like, or not Beyonce, Britney Spears, that one too.
Oh, yeah. Who is it?
Who is it?
It's Britney, bitch.
Yeah.
Or what are we gonna do?
And we're gonna let it burn, 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 burn.
Those are so funny. I would love to be that type of person who's like,
well, and just a super fan to know the sets.
oh yeah,
to make the jokes
yeah.
or whatever. Because the Britney Spears, she like the set is she's like transitioning into it, so you don't know, like if you're watching it for the first time, you don't know it's coming.
Yeah.
So
but if it's the 10th time you've gone to the show, you're like, oh, I know what's going on.
But anyways, Cowboy Carter, amazing.
Everybody go listen to it.
Amazing. If you haven't listened to it already, you know what? I'm gonna say it because I brought this up at work, and if you're watching, probably not, but if you're watching, yes, I'm talking about you. Out of love, somebody at work was like, because I was like, oh, you know, happy Beyonce Day, you know.
Oh yeah.
You know, Cowboy Carter is out, blah 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 blah. And this person who I actually like, you know, it's like whatever, but she's like, oh, I don't listen to pop. I'm like, well, I wouldn't really classify it as pop, but
I don't think you know what Beyonce does.
And like,
then.
I wouldn't.
Have you heard of Miss Beyonce?
So I think this album is very like breaking genders or breaking genres,
right? And that's one of the songs is like specifically saying "fuck you" people for saying I'm not supposed to be country or I'm just supposed to stay in my lane, basically. Mm-hmm. And she's like, no. Yeah. Sorry, my ear itches. I feel like, meh.
Yeah, that's yeah, I mean, she mentions it a couple times in one song. She's like, people say I'm not country, but when she started, I guess people said she was too country because she's from the South and she has that Southern
she's from Texas
twang, you know. And so when she first started, people were telling her that she was too country and that she wasn't going to get popular, blah, blah, blah. Well, guess fucking what? And now that she's, you know, not labeled as a country artist, now she's not country enough to be country.
Right. She's Beyonce. She's a black rapper, so that, and a woman, and that doesn't, none of that counts. None of it counts.
Which is just such a good, I've always thought that too, like with Lady Gaga, she kind of bends genres too. She doesn't, like, this album specifically was definitely Beyonce's, like, try to put me in a box.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? See how it comes. What are you doing over there?
Me?
Yeah.
Oh, I was looking up to talk about Linda, I forgot her name, Linda Martell. Oh. She's the one who has that, like, intro, and she's like, funny thing about genres is that they put you in a box.
Here, I'm going to pull up the exact lyric. Oh my God, no, not spaghetti recipes. Spaghetti lyrics, please.
I typed in spaghetti B-E-Y and I hit enter, assuming, because I wasn't looking, and it pulled up spaghetti beyond meatballs.
This is racism. Google should know that we're Googling spaghetti because we're putting two I's.
Right. Isn't that how you spell spaghetti anyway?
No.
Oh.
Two T's.
Do you know how to spell vacuum?
Okay. Genres are a funny little concept, aren't they? Yes, they are. Why is... Sorry, it was like... Anyways.
The recipe came up again?
The ads are trying to get me. Genres are a funny little concept, aren't they? Yes, they are. In theory, they have a simple definition that's easy to understand, but in practice, while some may feel confined. So true. Mm-hmm. Like, yes, to get on a chart and to get awards and stuff, it's the like path for you is laid out if you put yourself in that box. But yeah, if you, because like, yeah, it's a country album. Like, obviously, like, country is kind of like what you make of it too. Yeah. Yeah, like when people are like, oh, you know, she's not country. Or that one radio station was like, we're not going to play any of Beyonce's music because she's not country. Yeah. And then it's like, what are we really like doing? Well, I mean, my personal opinion is that at the root of it, it's racism.
100%.
Like, obviously, right. In my professional opinion.
Well, and the whole point of this, all of her music lately, is specifically to take back Black music.
Mm-hmm.
That's the whole point of all this stuff, because I mean, Black people invented everything if we think about it, but they invented country music. They literally invented the banjo. They invented disco. They invented house. They invented, it's just, they invented techno, all of it.
Yeah.
So it's like, and that is the whole point of country, is that the white people came in and they took the banjo and they took their music and they took slave music and they just tweaked it with white people stuff. Like they just turned the skin color from black to white, and then it just became like, the snowball effect of white people taking it on.
Well, yeah, colonialism,
yeah, like
stuff.
White people just took it up and took it up and took it up, and then it just became a white genre, and it's like,
yeah,
and Black people were like, okay, never mind, and then, what's his name, Chuck Berry, he's a couple, I think he's on 2 songs on this album,
yeah,
like sampled, I mean,
yeah,
and that was a big deal when he came out, because he was a Black country singer, and everyone's like, and it was funny because I heard that, I don't know if this is 100% true, but I mean, I hate the term, he has a white voice when he sings. He has like a white country voice, and then when he'd show up to venues, they'd be like, the kitchen's out back, or like, go take out the garbage, and he's like, I have the guitar and I'm here to sing.
Yeah.
And they're like, no, you can't sing here.
See, I didn't know all that.
Interesting fact.
Interesting.
Yeah. Maybelline.
I don't know that reference. Well, and like, yeah, see, I'm just so disconnected from country too, that I don't know like any of that history, just because I have never really liked country itself.
I just know like the history behind it too, so that's why I don't listen to country, is because I'm like, it's just a bunch of racist white men, and it's not all of them, obviously, but
well, and I think that
it's just like the shtick of the white people.
Country is very close to like Republican, or it has like become that kind of. Well, and think of like the CMT or CMA.
CMTs, I think. No, Country Music Awards.
The one that Beyonce
CMAs.
went.
CMAs. Yeah.
Yeah, and Beyonce went to that. I think the CMAs are Republican.
Oh, 100%. Yeah.
Not like all country, but the CMAs themselves specifically, because when Beyonce went with the Chicks, and did Daddy Lessons, which is such a fucking good like southern like country bop.
That one's like that's probably my favorite song on the album. That's my like,
I think top 5 Beyonce songs ever.
Like I go feral when that song comes on.
Yes, it's so good. So good.
Well, I've heard again that's why what stemmed this country album is because she sang there. They legitimately cut her piece from that CMAs because there were so many phone calls and emails and shit saying, get that Black woman off the stage. And then when they looked at the views, it was the highest ratings that the CMAs have ever gotten.
Sure was.
So they put it back real quick.
Yeah.
And they were like, oopsie, we should not have done that. And so then Beyonce said, I was at a thing that I didn't feel welcome. And here we are. It's a big fuck you.
Yeah.
Like that's what this whole album is. It's like a big fuck you for stealing Black people's music, for not making me feel welcome at the CMAs.
Putting her in a box.
Putting her in a box. And then like
saying she can't do, I think, the root of it, obviously racism, but like it's the like colonialism, like this is, Black people need to stay away or whatever, but it's actually, that's furthest from the truth and where country came from and stuff. So
and I like that this album has everything on it. Like it has opera, it has country, it has rap, it has like jazz, it has disco. Like it's got like,
there's nostalgia with like the Beach Boys,
the Nancy Sinatra,
and the Nancy Sinatra,
and then it's got
Willie Nelson.
It's got Willie Nelson and Dolly on it.
Yeah,
like,
oh my god, Dolly
and Posty.
Well, Posty's new.
Well, I know, but he's so cool. And
he's the mix.
He's kind of the same boat as her. He started in rap.
Yeah.
He's done country. He can actually like sing. Like I don't know, like just sing lyrically. That's not correct. Melodically.
He can sing.
Yeah, is there a word for that?
So you think you can dance?
Shut up. Anyway.
Live, laugh, love Beyonce.
Live, laugh, yep.
Breathing. It's not all I can listen to. I am coming off of like, maybe I need to dial it down a little because I like at work, you know, I just put it in.
We're also kind of on a Chapel Rowan kick as well.
True. Yeah, she's been in my roto as well.
Yeah.
Well, and then Beyonce already came out with a remix to Texas Hold'em, and I'm like, damn.
That one could have stayed in the vault.
That one, I actually like it. Mm. I think it's fun because it's like everybody knows Texas Hold'em by heart now, obviously.
Right.
And so it's just a little bit different. And so it revivens it a little.
Well, I'm excited for Act 3 because...
I know. How do you top this, though?
Well, I'm hoping what she does is what she did with the Lion King thing and does a whole visual thing for all of these. Like a 27 whatever song movie.
She might.
Like she did with Lemonade.
That is a debate because she didn't for either of these two.
What if it's just like one huge thing?
Right, and she comes out with the third one and
it's like 2 hours long. That sounds great.
I remember when the self-titled she had a music video for every song. What was it? Lemonade was a whole movie.
Yeah.
That was so fucking cool.
Well, and so was
I need to rewatch that.
Yeah. So was the Lion King one.
Yeah.
But was that Lion King / something?
That was a good era as well.
Yeah.
So cool.
Again, Beyonce
can't do anything wrong.
Yeah.
This album is so I wouldn't even say it's country, obviously. There's country in it. I wouldn't even call it country. It's just like art.
It's the Beyonce album.
Yeah. And there's certain artists that do this where they come out with an album and it's not just an album, it's like a piece of art.
Mm-hmm. Well, kind of like Ari's new
album. Ariana Grande's new album is very I feel like I'm on a ride.
Yes.
Like I'm,
yep,
going through a story.
Speaking of Beyonce, Buckham by Buck.
Yeah.
The by Buck kiss.
The by Buck kiss. Oh my god.
That's one of my topics.
Yeah, that was my gay of the day.
Oh, should we save it?
I mean, we can just go into it. We don't have to have a flow.
Okay. If anybody watches 911,
911.
There's this character and his name is Buck.
Is it 911? Is there because it's Lone Star and is it just 911?
This one's regular 911. Okay. Then Lone Star, 911 Lone Star is the one where they're in Texas.
I can't wait for that one too because I wonder if they're gonna go a little bit harder with now that Beyonce, it's a little country.
I bet. Yeah, I bet the boys will.
And that's, yeah, I don't know. But yeah, okay. So on 911, there's this character Buck, and I don't really like Buck's character. He kind of drives me up a wall.
He's
a little.
Kind of whiny.
Yeah, and just
everything is his fault. Everything is his fault.
Yeah, he just gets it as I just I don't know. Yeah, just wham wham wham. Wine.
Well, us homosexuals and bisexuals are emotional.
Well, so you can be emotional, but not blame yourself for an accident.
Right.
Except you do that.
What?
I will say that.
What are you talking about?
Yeah, something will happen and it'll be an accident, nobody's fault. And you're God, I'm so stupid.
That sounds like me.
Yeah. I'm okay, it's an accident, but okay, Buck.
Okay, Buck. Riding that horse. But Bye Buck Kiss was great.
Yeah.
Blew up the TikTok.
Okay, so yeah, there was this new character, Tommy, and he came to the scene and because he was the airplane mechanic.
He's a helicopter pilot.
Yeah. And so he came to the scene because they had to take a helicopter to the pontoon, I was about to say.
No, not a pontoon. It was a
yacht. No.
It was a cruise ship.
Cruise ship, thank you. And so this explaining 911 to
if you don't watch it.
If you've never seen it,
it's crazy.
It's basically a procedural where there's every episode there's this major 911 call, but then there's also kind of like smaller ones throughout the whole show. And so the major one this episode was this cruise ship was
capsized.
Capsized. Yep, and they were flown out. And so the show follows this 911 crew, like the people that accept the calls and the dispatchers.
Yep.
Or the people, and so yes, the dispatchers and then the people that like
the EMTs and the
EMTs and the firefighters and everybody involved.
Yep, all the 911 people.
And the new character Tommy was involved because he was the pilot, and then Buck had like went back and was like, oh, I
would like to see the helicopter.
I would like some
flying lessons.
Because so it was under the guise of like, I really liked that. I want to try it and maybe career path.
The helicopter
change.
ride, not Tommy.
Well, that too. And so it was under the guise of like, oh, I kind of want to check this out and like see if that's a potential avenue that I can take instead of being an EMT, because Buck's an EMT, right? Firefighter.
Oh, firefighter. Yes.
Yeah.
Yep.
Which, right? EMT is like, who's the EMT? Oh, Hen.
Yeah.
But then his lifelong friend Eddie starts becoming friends with Tommy too, and so there's a little jealousy.
Yeah.
And I was spoiled, so I already knew the lens of how this was gonna go.
Yeah, Thomas is like, we have to watch 911 right now. I'm like, oh, okay, like sure. And he's like,
what did I say?
Like doing that thing where you're like,
waiting because I knew the kiss was I knew the kiss was happening, and you're like, oh, he's jealous because of Eddie, and I'm like, yes. But I think he wants Tommy right now, so that's...
Well, and then he came over to the house, and they were both alone, and then he's
this
like...
close to each other.
Yeah, and they kept getting closer and closer, and he's like, I've been trying to get your attention. And I was like... I was like, my mouth was agape. Like, and then I was like... just like my face dropped.
And... But, like... Yeah, Tommy... Or no, Buck is like... Like, what do I have to... He said it really cute, too. He's like, what do I have to do to get your attention or something like that?
And then Tommy just kisses him. And I was like...
and Tommy's like, how about this? And kisses him. Yeah, and was that.
Yeah. And I was like, aghast.
And he's like, was that okay or whatever? And like,
well, and
blah, blah, blah. And Buck is like, yeah. Like, you could just tell it was like his first gay kiss.
He's like, full flooded. But I'm like, so I think I just know, like, if you're in the gay lens and you're in the gay mindset, you kind of were assuming, not like gay, but like, like Bi has feelings for Eddie, and he has feelings.
Buck.
What did I say?
Buck. Bi guy.
The bisexual one.
The bisexual one. It's
been like hinted the whole time, the whole series that
and now that we know.
Well, I've just assumed because I think everyone's gay, but it's been kind of hinted, but not really like official. And now
I just thought they were bros.
Well, and that's it too. Like, I think if you're in the bro mindset, they're just bros who are just like chummy. And if you're in the gay mindset, you're like, oh. But then I also heard that who had them first? Fox. And Fox was like, no, he's one of the main characters. He's a bro. He gets women. He's super hot. He's getting all the bitches. And then they're like, no gayness with him. And then Fox sold them to ABC, and ABC's like, gay, checking it off the box. We're making them buy like immediately.
Nice.
Because that's what everyone said. They're like, please, like, it would be such a good flow, and this is such a good time to make him bisexual, because everyone wants him and Eddie to be in love. Like, they're like, it's really obvious they're in love.
Yeah, and so the theory is that this is just like his awakening, and him and Tommy aren't gonna make it. But then him and Eddie are gonna...
Which is fine. Which would be great.
Well, there's even that scene where... what's Eddie's kid's name?
Christopher.
Where he's like... Eddie was like, what did you wish for? And Christopher just like looks at both of them and then like walks away. I'm like, oh my god, that's so cute.
I don't know this.
Yeah, this is like an old episode. Yeah.
I have to look this up.
He like walked past and Buck was there and... Yeah, I'm like,
what? I didn't know that.
Yeah, it's super cute.
I'm gonna have to look this up. Do my research after the show.
Yeah, and yeah, there's just so many scenes where Buck is like, obviously in love.
I mean, Buck has been in love with Eddie the whole time,
for sure.
Not even.
I just hope that it's not. What I don't want is them to like get in a relationship, but Eddie be like this like machismo, because I think that's like kind of where they're going with it. And I, somebody that like just doesn't text back or like gets in his moods and he just doesn't. He closes off or whatever.
Yeah. Or just like, or it's like super DL the whole
that's what I'm saying.
For like a whole season where he's like, we can't tell anybody, we can't tell it. And then like one person will find out, or like Christopher will accidentally let it spill.
Take us. Yes, Lord.
The sirens are here. This is the rapture.
Wish that were me.
But but yeah, that's what I'm thinking is gonna happen. Is like Hen is gonna see them flirting or kissing, and she's gonna be like, "You guys are a thing," and they're gonna be like, "Don't tell anybody, don't tell anybody." And then Hen is gonna tell her wife, and then her wife is gonna blurt it out to everybody. Like it's just gonna be like the telephone game. And
with it being Ryan Murphy, I wonder, like, what is that? Should I look it up?
It's the first Wednesday of the month.
No, it's not.
Oh, is it not?
It's April 11th.
And it's Thursday. Oh.
One already went off today. Maybe
it's the bear. It's the bear alarm. We have a bear in the neighborhood.
Oh, yeah, there's a little bear.
Yep. I'm going to catch it if it's a bear. I'll feed it the cat food that I've been putting out every night for the stray cat.
Okay, I'm logging on to AccuWeather right now.
Okay.
It says no alerts. But yes, bye Buck. Thank God.
Thank God.
It kind of revived the show, not gonna lie.
Well, it blew up all over the everything. Yeah. Oh yeah. And then
just like lately, like the cruise ship 3-parter, that was a good 3-parter.
Oh yeah.
But before that, what even has been happening? Nothing. Like it's been so boring. So they needed a good little romance.
Right. Well, and then all the haters came up and they're like, you can't make a main character bisexual, like gross, he's kissing a man. And then the actor, Oliver Stark, he made a comment. He said, humbled and overwhelmed by the positive reaction to Buck's storyline. I've read so many of your messages and I couldn't be prouder. If you're one of the smaller group of people commenting on my posts about how this has ruined the show, I would like you to know that I truly don't care. This is a show about love and inclusion. It's featured queer relationships from the very beginning, including a beautiful Black lesbian marriage played by 2 of the best actresses I've ever watched. If one other character finding a new facet to his sexuality and realizing his bisexuality is a deal breaker, I fear you've missed the entire point of the show. You are not required to announce your departure.
I love that too, because I hate when people are like, oh, I'm not watching.
Okay. It's it's just like when Karens are like, bye. I am never coming to this restaurant again. Please. It's like, bye. Please. No one cares.
Please don't come back.
Please don't come back. Please don't watch our show.
Prank for it.
Right. We want the gays, the theys, the bisexuals, the black people, the brown people.
I remember that being such an, like, I'm so scared when I was like 18. You know what I mean? Like if a customer, because when I worked at McDonald's or whatever.
Oh, to get yelled at?
No, if they said, oh, I'm never coming back here again.
Oh, yeah.
But now I know. But yeah, you are. See you tomorrow.
Yeah.
Shut the fuck up. I know.
There was one time when I was working at Dairy Queen, I got a write-up. I forget what they called them. But my boss came in and she's like, we got a write-up. And I was like, how? I was like, why? I'm like, we're the best store ever. And she's like, well, let's look at it and let's go over it. And then she's like, and I was like, wait a minute. What's this person's name? And her name was Crystal. And I remember her name was Crystal. And I remember her boyfriend was like 10 feet tall. And he was probably as smart as a Dairy Queen Blizzard. Like that's how smart this guy was. He was literally like a mouth breather caveman. And I was like, when did this person come in? And I was like, that was me. I was here. I'm like, that woman talked to me. I did her order. There was literally nothing wrong. She said she slammed her debit card down on the counter, or I slammed her debit card down on the counter, and I was like, okay. And then she's like, and then she's never coming back. Like she was reading it, and she's never coming back to this Dairy Queen again. And my boss sent her a coupon, and she was in literally the next day. And
yeah, but like, she got the coupon. Yeah, of course she was gonna come back.
Weird. You said you're never coming back ever again. Dumb bitch. I do have some sad news though.
What?
Gypsy Rose and her husband are getting a divorce. And she's going back with her ex-fiance.
Was that the one that's like in prison right now?
Oh, I don't
Not
know.
the one that murdered her mom.
Gypsy Rose. Blanchard.
Right. Her boyfriend murdered her mom, remember?
Oh, no.
Not that
different one. Different
right.
one.
Okay.
A different boyfriend.
A different ex-boyfriend.
Yep.
Yeah, it doesn't surprise me because they didn't know each other fully.
Yeah, it was a joke that he wrote her. So it's like I probably would be pissed. I'd be like, so you and your friends were just writing criminals because you thought it was funny?
Well, it started
like,
off that way, and then also how do you know that he's just not writing the clout? You know what I mean?
Right.
So
and I saw somewhere too that the dick must not have been that fire.
Right.
So
the D wasn't that fire.
She's leaving.
That is. Well, now she's on social media and stuff too.
Oh, she got a nose job too.
What?
Yeah, she just got a nose job.
Damn.
Good for her. Riding this murderous money train.
This murderous money train.
Did you see the Bill Nye photo shoot?
No.
Where everyone's thirsting after him?
Bill Nye, let me look right now.
Bill Nye photo shoot. It's for Time Out.
Bill Nye's, he's like that, that trend that's going around that's like, what are your alls?
Oh, yeah.
Now hear me out.
No, hear me out. Bill Nye.
Bill Nye is kind of like that.
Yep. Smash.
Well, and he's just so smart.
Yeah. I love that he's so smart. I remember this is probably because I was a child and an immature child. I remember the episode of Bill Nye where they explain why you fart. And I just remember that, I have the pictures of him because he would draw on boards and stuff.
Okay, Daddy Nye.
Right? Like this one.
So I don't think these are thirst traps necessarily, but they put him in not that he never was, but this makes him look very stylish.
Yeah, black t-shirt, Billie Eilish.
Okay, now I need to see Bill Nye younger.
That's what I'm looking up right now. Oh, mama.
Oh, Daddy looks nice.
He looks spiffy.
Well, that's funny. I did not see that.
Yeah. I don't even know where I saw it. And I was like, oh. And I just love the colors, all the bright colors. And he just looks like he's about to drop a new album, a rap album.
Yeah.
Which I wouldn't be surprised if he didn't.
Yeah. He's coming out with a country album too. This was listed as one of my icebreaker, the first thing that I talk about.
Mm.
I know we're past that, but I really want to talk about it. Have you ever heard of a Dubai? Are you done?
Maybe. Okay.
Have you ever heard of a Dubai porta potty?
No.
Okay. Are you ready? Hold on. Strap in. A Dubai porta potty is where a woman gets purchased by this millionaire in Dubai. I guess it's a thing in Dubai.
Mm.
Where they fly out this person to partake. So essentially a sex worker. But typically the sex work is poop play and piss play.
Oh, okay.
So they're called Dubai porta potties because they get pissed and shit on for money.
What algorithm?
A lot of money.
What algorithm are you on where you keep finding these random sex acts?
This was on Tana Mojo's.
Oh, interesting.
I'm pretty sure, yeah.
I mean,
ew, just picture a soft serve ice cream machine except it's a millionaire's ass.
Oh, wait, is the millionaire pooping or is the girl...
millionaire's pooping on?
Oh, I thought it was the porta potty that was pooping.
So I think it was Tana Mojo or somebody, but they were talking about how if you ever see an influencer, especially in Dubai or somewhere exotic, and they're on vacation. But yeah, that was just my icebreaker topic.
That's your icebreaker? Oh,
yeah. Have you ever heard of a Dubai?
No. Are you asking this at work?
No, I meant for the pod.
I'm just kidding.
Yeah, I'm definitely asking this at work. I'm bringing my podcast to the
office.
You guys, did you see that Trans Visibility Day was made this year?
Oh yeah,
on Easter.
On Easter, and everyone's like, ah!
The Christ is risen. He doesn't want to see the trannies.
Right. You can't have both. You can't have Jesus and transsexuals. Yeah, everyone was freaking out, and they're like, you need to move Trans Visibility Day. And everyone's like, Trans Visibility Day is always the same day every year. Easter moves because it's like the third Easter in the month or whatever. I don't even know.
Yeah, the last Sunday.
Yeah, well, I don't know which one, but so they're like, it's gonna probably happen again in like 5 years.
Doesn't make sense. If he rose,
yeah,
then why are we celebrating a day that's not even the day that he rose? You know what I mean?
It just like that's what I'm saying. It's just arbitrary that they're just like it's the
Easter is definitely another capitalism.
Yeah, exactly.
For sure,
it's definitely invented by the candy company and capitalized by the candy company.
Yeah,
because it's like, it's just like a birthday. It would be like a death day, like the funeral day.
Yeah,
like if you died on Friday, we should either celebrate that Friday or celebrate that Saturday, Sunday, Monday when he woke up.
Mm-hmm. I guess I could talk about my recent purchases that make me happy.
Absolutely, let's do it.
I made a purchase. I finally replaced my water bottle at work with, the brand is called SLM, and I think they're a Target brand. Not 100% sure because I found them on Amazon. So I don't think it's just Target that sells SLM. I think it's supposed to be slim because it looks like the L also looks like an I. And I think it's supposed to be like slim, but it's SLM. Anyways, water bottle. Love it. Bought a second one for at home.
That's the one we got at Target, right?
Yeah. I bought one on Amazon and it's coming. Love it. It has a handle. I'm not a Stanley Cup girly. Like, I'm not like freaking out. I'm not going to spend $50 on a Stanley Cup. But the fact that it has a handle, I don't know what it is. Like a handle and a straw specifically.
Yeah.
I just love it.
What day does this come out?
The 22nd.
Okay.
Why?
Just wondering.
Why?
Just wondering.
Why?
Don't worry about it.
Why? What?
Hold on 1 second.
What did you get? Did you buy me one?
No. So, oh my god. Monday, the reason why I asked why it comes out is Monday, the 15th, is our 10-year dating anniversary.
Oh my god.
We've been boyfriends for 10 years.
10 years? That's crazy. You got me a Kindle.
And look at the color.
And you got the paperweight. Oh my god. Agave green. So the one that I got for work is like that greenish, and I got an emerald green for at home. I was like, that's cute. A Kindle. I don't get you anything.
Do you remember me peer pressuring you to get the green one? Thomas is like, no. Oh, I like this white one. I'm like, no, I like the green one. And you're like, I don't know. And you're like, what about this black one? I'm like, I like the green one. And you're like, okay, I'll get the green one. I'm like, okay, good.
You guys have been wanting a Kindle. Beep. And you're gonna get me one. I was like, that's such an easy. I was like, I think I might fuck with the Kindle.
Yeah, Thomas.
See, now I have to find my little button thing.
Thomas has been like, oh yeah, your ring. It's got to be under the couch. It has
True.
to be.
Now I have to tear it up and look for it.
I feel like Edison stole it.
I am actually really excited.
Yeah, Thomas is like sending me Kindle TikToks, and he's like, my algorithm is all Kindle, and I was like, oh, okay, got it. Dropping the hints.
Thanks. I know. I was like, should I get a Kindle? Because I literally was like, I think I would read more if it was
organized versus carrying around a book.
Well, and just like being able to like sit down and because I think there is something about a book, like, oop, you accidentally drop it and you're like, oh, I have to find my page and where I was.
Oh yeah, bookmarks.
Yeah.
I think being illuminated as well will also be helpful.
And the paper, thank you for getting the paperweight.
And it's the biggest gigabytes as well. Yep.
Dang, babe. Well, bye guys. I gotta Babe, I didn't get you anything.
It doesn't matter.
Oh my god, I love it.
Good.
I didn't realize that they were so small.
I didn't either. It's a little baby.
But that makes sense. Do you remember the first Kindles?
Mm-mm.
And they were like giant.
No.
I mean, I never had one. That's fun. 10 years.
Yep. Crazy.
Yes.
Years.
Años. Aww. Now I just want to read.
Yay. Good.
We could talk about JoJo Siwa's.
Do we want to? Do we have to?
True. Should we break it? I just want to say that we do not claim her.
Yeah, right.
As a fellow queer. She is an outsider.
She's like one of those like people who's like trying to conform like too hard. Like you're trying too hard to be gay, and it's like, just be yourself. Like just calm down. Like, got it, you're lesbian. Got it. Dope. Be a lesbian. But she's like she's the one where the Republicans are like, you're cramming it down our throats. Yeah. And it's like, JoJo Siwa, you kiss women. Cool.
One, like, she's like said that this is all
like everyone kisses.
Like this is all just a stunt to get more views and stuff.
Yeah.
But I just think that like to claim that you're the first person to invent gay pop.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, what?
And I love the ones where they're like holding
funny.
I love the ones where they're holding up their phone and they're just like, and it's like Madonna, Michael Jackson, like Tegan and Sarah, or
Tegan and Sarah.
Tegan and Sarah, and they're like
Chapel Rowan.
They're just like blank face, and they're like
Lady Gaga.
Yeah, and
Are we
Freddie
kidding?
Mercury, like they're like, you're the loser, you know, like, and that's what it is. It's like just so embarrassing. Well, and then she's like, this song might not be that great, but what's been in your head for 3 days? And it's like, okay, so you're admitting to be a fucking loser cunt. Like you're just and then she stole the song anyway. She stole the song anyway.
Bought from, it was sold to Miley, but she didn't do it, and then it was resold to Brit.
Oh yeah,
whatever her name was.
I don't even know.
But she didn't publish it actually.
Yeah.
Or whatever you call it.
Yeah, put it
out.
Promote it.
Like she recorded it, so it's funny because now that's out.
Yeah, and now everyone's watching that instead because it fits this person, you know.
Well, and it came out in like 2011.
Yeah, it was like, it was old.
And so it like made sense for that time.
It's older than JoJo Siwa.
And JoJo's like
I made
claiming, that she like made it.
Did you also see there's a video of her where she's like, how old are you? And the girl's like 29, and she's like, you're the age demographic that's making fun of me. And the girl's like,
That was Call Your Daddy or whatever.
I don't even know, but I think it wasn't. She just like, oh, okay.
Yeah.
And it's like, don't you want to make music to include everybody that you possibly can to get all the money and the views? And she's like, you guys are making fun of me. It's like, that's because you suck. And then
the comments into that were, there is no discrimination towards hating you, JoJo. Yeah. It's not just 29-year-olds.
Yeah. And then there was a song where she was like talking about how she's like, I just wanted to like break out and be in my new era, and I just like had to like bust a nut to get this song out. And people are like, bust a nut to get this song out? Like,
she said that?
Yeah. And then somebody was like, I really have to get this paper done. I got to flick the bean really quick. Or like they just like, it was like a stitch, and they're just like stitching all these like dumb things, like talking about like, you know, coming, masturbating to like, I'm like, so there's this girl, side tangent. So like as kids, like you swear and it's secretive, and like you swear with your friends. And then like, you know, as you become an adult, you can just swear in front of your parents, and it's like, whatever, you know, it's just talking. Well, I remember in elementary school, like all my friends and I were just like, we were talking, adding in swear words like our parents did, you know, like even though we were younger and it's like cool to swear.
Yeah.
But there was this one girl that would swear out of line or out of place, and it just wouldn't make sense. And we're like, you're trying too hard to swear. Like, it's not cool.
Yeah, that's definitely JoJo.
That's just, sure. It's like, it's just like, you just act the normal. Like,
and just like be yourself.
Yeah.
Okay. And it is a little weird that you were wearing a bow 2 seconds ago, and now you're like air humping. You've seen the music video? She's like air humping.
Yeah.
It's like a little weird.
And she like grabs the girl's hair and like tugs it.
Well, it's just like, like who is the audience? Because you
Well,
were a child 5 seconds ago,
yeah.
and now you're
Well,
hypersexualized.
the other problem with the music video is that the girls in the video
Yeah, everybody
look
looks
12.
4. Yeah.
They look 12.
They
All of
look,
them.
I mean, JoJo looks 12 too.
She still looks 12, and how she's like 25 or something like that.
Yeah, and she's like, I changed, and she still has that like a black bow with a pony,
Yeah.
and
She's
looking like Kiss. Like
she's wearing
Gene Simmons.
a black
Oh my
ice
God,
skating
did you see that
leotard
clip where
versus a
somebody-
pink one.
Did you see that clip where somebody was like, "Oh, you're giving Gene Simmons"?
Yeah,
She's like, "I love all these references that I don't understand."
right.
Bitch, yes, you do.
Everyone in the world knows who Gene Simmons
you know
is.
who Kiss is.
Yeah.
Like,
Because you're literally wearing their face. Yeah.
I don't like. I couldn't tell you a Kiss song off the top of my head, but I know who Kiss. Like,
yeah, you could point them out.
I know who Gene Simmons is. Like, whoa, like, and when I first saw that, I was like, Gene Simmons. Like, what are we doing here?
That's also stolen. It's also not creative.
And she's like, I invented this.
Yeah.
I don't think that the person that did your makeup didn't take inspiration from Gene Simmons. I'm just gonna throw that out there.
Right. And then it's like, if it was like blood, I'd be like, okay, like maybe, like still kind of like Ozzy
like
Kiss,
black.
but like it's black Kiss makeup with glitter on it. So it's like you're doing glittery Gene Simmons.
Yeah.
And that's just
in the one, it wasn't even glittery. I think like in her music video, it's not even glittery. It's like all this.
I thought she had
black.
like glittery like outlines or something. Maybe I'm wrong.
I don't know. Could be.
But yeah, she's like, just trying too hard to be gay and trying too hard to be cool and trying too hard to be bad. And it's just like, I don't know.
I think memeing isn't like doesn't sustain long-term views.
Yeah.
But it can. But I think that the way that like she's memeing, like this is like hate view. Like people are hate viewing you now.
Yeah.
And like it doesn't go up from like the community that you're like building. Like it's nothing. No, like the people that are watching your videos and listening to music hate you. Do you really want to like continue that?
Yeah.
I don't know. It's just weird.
Well, and that's like Miley had her bad girl moment and she was like hot and sexy and slutty and
but
bad.
She was doing herself.
But she was doing herself and she can actually sing and it was so good and it was so amazing. So that's why she blew up. And then there were the people that were like, I fucking love Slut Miley. Slut Miley's my new favorite.
Slut Riley.
And then there are the people that were like, gross. She's Hannah Montana. Hannah Montana can't be a slut. I hate her now. And it's like, that's the point. Get rid of those people who want to not like you.
Yeah.
And keep the good fan base. And then you blow up from that. Whereas like JoJo Siwa, everyone's just shitting on you and they're just going to shit on you for this hot minute because it's a dumbass song. And then they're going to be like, what's the new trend? What's the new thing to talk about?
It doesn't, there's very few people that like meme, like Brittany Broski for one, where she was just a meme for a really long time there, but now she's like her own thing. And obviously everybody in the world knows who JoJo Siwa is, so it's not that she really needs a viral moment to be famous. She'll always will be. But yeah, I just think that she could have benefited from doing her own thing. And whether that be like, obviously, like remove the bow. Like, bitch, get rid of the bow if you wear that bow again.
Right.
Like, it's almost like garnering pedophilia in a way.
Well, that's what I'm talking about, is because all the girls in the music video look 15, 14, and then she's making out with them. And that's exactly like a pedophile's wet dream is like lesbian children making out. Like, cool. That's what the chomos want, the
way that it was still childlike, like they were all in like jumpsuits to their neck, which is a very like leotard child thing to wear,
right?
And not that they had to be more revealing with it, but like I was just giving like 15-year-old.
Well, I also heard that Disney had a hand in like the song originally. Like, I don't know why, but then Disney also helped make the music video because she's like a Disney kid. And so everyone's like, you're still working with Disney on the Disney formulas. You are going to...
That makes sense because I was very kid.
Yeah, they're gonna put their 2 cents in to make it more youthful, to keep with your youthful storyline. And your goal is to be bad.
You can't mix youth and sexual.
Yeah.
Because it does, like, I get being yourself, and if you're a grown woman, like JoJo Siwa is, she's 20 years old, you can, like, you're allowed to wear things and not be hypersexualized. But when you sexualize your message, which that's what she was doing, but then also maintaining this youthful, like, kick to it does feel like you're garnering, like you're harboring pedophilia.
You're pandering to a very specific audience, and
it's like, who, like, what 20-year-old is looking to JoJo Siwa and being like, oh yeah, I'm a bad girl too.
Right, I'm a bad girl. Well,
so
and then
we're talking about like 15-year-olds that are like, oh yeah, like I'm a bad girl now.
And then if I was a JoJo Siwa fan, like a little kid, when she was still wearing hot pink and the bows, now I'm seeing JoJo Siwa as the bad girl, and now I'm gonna be a bad girl and be like, and I'm gonna be an 8-year-old whore and make out with girls on the beach and kiss them and touch them inappropriately.
Yes, exactly.
And it's like you're teaching children to be
her audience, and like you can't just like put up like a warning, like my content is different now. You can't just like say that, because you're still JoJo Siwa. Like every parent in the world is gonna be like, okay, but they're still gonna let them watch you dry hump on a beach,
right? And like pull a girl's hair and like reverse cowgirl her and shit like that. So it's very weird. It's very awkward, and I hope it goes nowhere. And to be honest, I hope she just disappears.
I know, and I like didn't want to talk about it, but I also just want to like disavow her.
Yeah, I feel like
the queers in this corner do not accept.
It's
Siwa.
Very strange.
Well, and then I've seen like, just like threads of people explaining like how she's actually extremely problematic. Well, because she's still friends with Colleen Ballinger and Charles. James Charles.
Well, and then like all of her girlfriends have been huge Trump supporters, and it's like, are you a Trump supporter? Because that's also bad. You can't.
And I've seen some other things, but I like don't want to get into them because I don't know.
I've heard that she's a really bad girlfriend too. Like she's really toxic, like cliche toxic girlfriend. Like, who are you talking to? Who are you talking to? Who are you talking to? And it's like, I'm talking to my cousin. Like, what are you talking about? She's like, give me your phone.
I'm talking to Ellen DeGeneres.
Like, that probably,
because they're like at the same corner of queer that we disavow.
Right, they're the same type of gay.
Yeah. You still have a gay of the day though, right?
I do have a gay of the day.
Okay, we can go to that.
Okay.
These are a few of our favorite things.
I was gonna talk about Beyonce's Uncle Johnny. So her Uncle Johnny was actually not her uncle. It was Tina's nephew. So Tina's sister is significantly older than her, and she was an adult by the time Tina was born and had a kid, like whatever. They're 2 years apart. So Tina's nephew is 2 years older than her. And, that's just like, because of like how ages work, like you just think like somebody older than you is going to be an uncle. So it just stuck that he was Uncle Johnny.
Uncle Johnny made my dress that cheap spandex. She looks a mess.
Yep, that's the same Johnny. So because he was older, he would babysit the girls. He would babysit Solange and Beyonce, and he was actually a caregiver for when their parents were at work and stuff like that. And that's kind of where he got the title Uncle Johnny. And he was, I guess, according to Tina, he did everything. He like cooked, he cleaned for them, he decorated for them, he did all the things. And then as Beyonce got famous, they would make all of Beyonce's outfits, and then just their outfits when they were babies and stuff as well. So they didn't really have to pay for clothes. Uncle Johnny just made everything. Like they started designing, he did everything. He designed it, he sewed it, he beaded it, he did all the bejeweling, whatever. And then Tina does hair, so she would do Beyonce's hair. And then same thing when Destiny's Child started becoming big, they made all the costumes for Destiny's Child.
That's cool.
Like everything. And then as designers were like, we love Beyonce, we love Destiny's Child, it became, designer clothes, which is understandable.
Right.
But, he would have a hand in designing some of their costumes, even if like Dolce & Gabbana did it or whoever did, like he designed it, they made it,
Gotcha.
And then while he was doing all those things, while he was taking care of them and like babysitting, stuff like that, he would listen to disco and house music and all that stuff. And so that's where Beyonce got her influences for her music and her love of music and her inspiration for Act One. So that's why it's a disco house album.
That makes sense.
And a voguing album, because he was a gay uncle. He was gay, and he, was in the ball scene and things like that. And unfortunately, he got AIDS, HIV and AIDS, and that is actually how he died, which is very sad. And she dedicated Act One to him. And, she kind of said, a big thank you to my Uncle Johnny. He was my godmother and the first person to expose me to a lot of the music and culture that serve as an inspiration for this album. Thank you to all of the pioneers who originate culture, to all of the fallen angels whose contributions have gone unrecognized for far too long. This is a celebration for you. And then she kind of went on to talk about same thing with like Black people, like they invented everything, they made all the music, they made all the things along with gay people. That's just where like a lot of culture came from too, as Black transgender women, all the cool stuff like house music and ball, like the ball scene and things like that. So yeah.
So that he's passed though. When did he pass away?
More towards the beginning of her career. Of Destiny's Child. So I didn't get an exact date, but
is that the only song that she sung about him?
I think so. I didn't see anything extra.
My dress that cheap spandex, she looks a mess. Yeah, my gay of the day is Buck by Buck, which is technically a buy of the day, but that's okay.
It counts.
I just thought it was so clever and so like not like forced. Mm-hmm. It was surprising. It made sense, and it didn't feel like bait, like we were being baited.
Right.
It made sense how it went down, and it makes sense that Buck is bi. Because I just think he has the feelings for the dudes,
I can't think of anybody, like, oh my God, I can't talk. I can't think of a single character that has like transitioned so well into being bisexual and like actually coming into it. It's either been like at the beginning of the show, I think I'm gay, or I think I'm bisexual, but I don't know. And then like towards the end of the series, they're like, or like towards the end of the episode, they're like, yes, I'm gay. You know what I mean? Like, it's like, it's thought out through the whole entire thing. Whereas like Buck has been like, it could be, it couldn't be. Are they going to do this? Are they not going to do this? And then it's become more obvious like lately. And so it's been like, I think a really smooth transition.
Yeah.
And I think that's a natural transition in life as well. And then also just like from age, birth to 15, I don't like boys at all. Like they just don't interest me. And then all of a sudden one day you're like, oh, that guy's really hot. And it's just like a light switch, like,
yeah,
so.
Well, and yeah, that's like a part of the queer experiences. Like some people don't realize what they're feeling are feelings,
mm-hmm.
Like emotional connection to the opposite sex, because it just isn't taught. Nobody's like paving this way for you to figure out, like now there are classes on sexuality and stuff, but more like in college,
Yeah.
And there just isn't like, and that's what we learn in media and stuff is other people's experiences and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
And so it was just like nice to see somebody like coming into their feelings and it not be like it wasn't like the main event and it wasn't like this huge deal. It was just kind of like at the end of the episode.
Yeah.
I mean, I guess that kind of was the plot, wasn't it? That he was jealous of Eddie.
Well, I was under the impression that he was jealous of Tommy because he's making friends with Eddie, and Buck wants Eddie, and it was the other way around.
Well, I think it's both.
I think it's a throuple. Ooh.
They introduced monogamy.
No.
Or polygamy.
Yeah.
But that's all I wanted to chat about. We've been well over the time now.
Right. Exactly.
Yeah.
We weren't going to talk about JoJo Siwa, and then we talked about her for an hour.
No, just like 10, 15. I wanted to talk about it for a second because I think it's hilarious.
Yeah, it's just really embarrassing.
Like, there's just some tomfoolery coming around the internet nowadays.
Right, exactly.
And that's one of them.
Silly.
But it's been a wonderful.
Anyway,
yeehaw.
Go listen to the Cowboy Carter.
Yeah,
immediately.
Cowboy Carter.
Now, do it
immediately. And thanks so much for watching again. Yeah. Make sure if you are not subscribed to subscribe. It's free.
Tell your friends.
Subscribe on YouTube, I should say. You can follow on Spotify. I just don't really know what it does. I'm not really looking at those stats. So if you could subscribe on YouTube.
Yeah.
And like this video.
And share and
tell a friend. Upvote that Reddit post.
All the things. Okay, bye.
Okay, bye. Thanks so much. See ya. Thanks for listening to Flamingly Unfiltered.
Now available on YouTube, Spotify, and Apple.
Follow us on Instagram and TikTok to keep up with the podcast.
Start the week off strong every Monday with Zach and Thomas.
Oh, what the fuck?